Hi, in the Parsha of this week, there is a verse that is really troublesome when it describes the manna from heaven that the Jewish people were granted as a miraculous nutrition and food that Hashem has given them during the 40 years in the desert. They were protected by the clouds, had the water from the well of Miriam, and manna from heaven. Who wouldn't want to have today manna from heaven? Especially in these troubling, challenging economic times with this pandemic and more, wouldn't we want to get our ready plates and everything ready, manna from heaven? Moshe Rabbeinu, at the end of the 40 years, tells the Jewish people, Vay'ancho vayar ivecho. He made you suffer and he made you hungry. Vaya'achilcho et haman asher lo yadata velo yadun avotecha. And he gave you to eat the manna that you didn't know what it is, and neither did your parents. And that's what manna means. Why is it called man? Because kilo yad mahu. Man comes from the words mahu. What is this? They didn't know what it is. And the Torah continues, Laman hodiacha, and this Hashem did it in order to notify you, to let you know, ki lo al halechem levado yechyeh ha'adam, that it is not only on the bread only that a person will live, ki al kol meitzo pi Hashem yechyeh ha'adam, but it is on the word of Hashem that is in the bread that the person will live. Chassidus is full all over about this verse in the Torah. Indeed, it's one of the 10 tests, as we learn in Pirkei Avot, in Ethics of Our Fathers. Manna was a test that Hashem has tested the Jewish people with. Why is it a test? It's a miracle. It's a miraculous event. So I will share with you something the way it's from the Alter Rebbe, from the Likutei Torah. My father of blessed memory was in Calgary a number of years ago. On this Shabbos, he spent with us the 2 weeks in August, and he explained it at the Chabad house. He explained it in the following way. He said, imagine a child was born at the Exodus, a baby. 40 years growing up in the desert with manna from heaven. Going into the land of Israel. For that child, lechem min haaretz, bread from the ground, is a miracle. But manna from heaven is a given. That's what he or she is accustomed to. For the last 40 years, that's all they had. That's the bread that the person ate for 40 years. Now suddenly, we need to plow, we need to put in seeds, then comes a harvest, then we need to grind it and turn it into flour and put it in the oven, and that becomes bread. Wow! It's a real miracle. So a miracle is basically something that is unusual and something that is out of the ordinary. And through miracles we realize and we recognize God's intervention and how Hashem runs the world. So at the time when the Jewish people had the manna from heaven, they were the complainers. And the Torah tells us the story of Datan and Aviram who complained. The Talmud describes that it was a challenge because nothing was able to be preserved in the freezer or in the fridge of the technology that they had in those days for the following day. So I have food today. Where will I have food tomorrow? Unknown. As a result, I'm hungry. I want to preserve. I can't. It doesn't last. Every day I need to rely on Hashem. There is no investments. There is no savings. I can't go to the freezer and take out what and take out what I got before. I cannot go to the store and stock up on toilet paper because there is going to be a shortage. Totally in the hands of Hashem. Vayancho vayarivecho. That's a test from Hashem. It's miraculous food, but it's a test from Hashem. I think the lesson is obvious in what is happening today, where we have come to the realization that no one knows what the tomorrow will bring and what the next hour will bring and what the next minute will bring. We're so fragile and everything is in the hands of Hashem. And that's when we come to the realization, Ki lo ala lechem levado yechye adam. It is not only science. Science on its own, lechem levado, bread, nutrition, source of life, science, medicine doesn't do it. Ki al kol meitzah fi Hashem yechye ha'adam. Hashem runs the world. May Hashem bring a healing to the world and bring us Mashiach. Take away these negative forces that are surrounding our lives, that are penetrating our lives, all kinds of negative forces, and lead us to a better tomorrow, manna from heaven. Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom.